So my repair guy, the computer repair guy will almost be here. Hey, what's up, Jonathan the Gamer? How's the push-up challenge coming along? I'm about 50 push-ups in so far. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. So I say we should have, I say we should be like 200 in fairly shortly. That's what's up, startup. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Hey, what's up, Jason Strack? All right, so peep game. You know what I'm saying? So I was at a bar. Was this a bar? I was at a club, actually. I was at this club, you know what I'm saying? It's downtown Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? On Fremont Street. I was at this club called Club Red, right? I get in there and the vibe is like super duper lit, man. You know what I'm saying? They're playing like the perfect music. There's smoke everywhere. There's lasers. Like, bruh, it was one of the best times I've ever had at a club. You know what I'm saying? So I get up in there and I'm walking around and I see this group of two girls and one guy. You know what I'm saying? The guy is dancing by himself, but he's obviously with the two girls. The one of the two girls, the first girl I saw, you know what I'm saying, she was the girl dancing like next to the really attractive girl. She was, she was in good shape, you know what I mean? She was about a good, I'd say like a 6 or a 7 or something. So then, but she had a friend there with her, and the friend was like, just a little bit more attractive than her. You know what I'm saying? So if her friend was like the first chick was like a 7, the second chick would be like an 8 or whatever, right? So, I walk up to the group and the girl, there's a girl that's in the girl that's in the middle, that's the more attractive girl. The more attractive girl, she's dancing in the middle and she's acting like a princess, right? So while she's acting like a princess, I'm just like, I can see the comment section out. What's up, y'all? You know what I'm saying? So she's acting like a princess, so I know she's gonna try to play hard to get, right? So instead, I start dancing with the girl that was lesser attractive, but still attractive, you know what I'm saying? So I'm talking, attractive enough. So I'm dancing with the girl, and when I start dancing with her friend and not the more attractive girl, the more attractive girl yells out, "Oh, hell no!" and like reaches back to hit me. She reaches back, you know what I'm saying? She cocks her punch, she throws that mug, and she throws the punch. I see it coming, and I just stood there. I was gonna let her hit me because I would have like just acted like the victim or whatever. Oh, she hit me. She's abusive. She's you know what I'm saying? She Ike Turnered me. You know what I'm saying? Kind of as a joke, but it was still really funny. You know what I'm saying? So that happened. So then I keep walking through the club, right? I leave that group, and I'm like, because that chick apparently needs some time for herself. So I walk off, and what's funny is after that girl tried to hit me, her friend tried to talk to me like, we could have become cool, but I just kept moving around the club, right? So I keep on moving through the club. I'm making my way through the mist and the lasers and whatnot. It's looking like, the set of Purple Rain, the music video Purple Rain with all the smoke and mist and whatnot. So I'm walking through all the mist of the people. Yo, not available. W's in the chat, they're not available. He just super chatted 10 straight through to the channel. BHD, how you feeling tonight, Brody? Yo, been working so much lately. I could watch the stream. Keep up the good work, bros. Yo, what you be gaming lately? Yeah. Yo, I be gaming a lot of Fortnite. Yeah, I'm saying if you got the game, make sure to add me on the make sure to add me, anyone. Yeah. We gonna figure it out. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people. It's a whole lot of people to Fortnite. W's in the chat, boys. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat are not available. Ain't not available. You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine where you were from. You know what I'm saying? Me, myself, I am from Compton, LA, but I was raised in Cleveland, Ohio. But I would like to visit Tokyo, if at all possible. One of my favorite movies of all time is Need for Speed Tokyo Drift. You know what I'm saying? For real. Lil Bow Wow did a good job in that movie. Now, with that being said, so I'm walking through the club. You know what I'm saying? Through the smoke and the mist and the lasers and whatnot. And as I'm the W's in the chat for not available, as I get through the smoke, you know what I'm saying, I run into this couple. This guy and this girl that are dancing together. Now I'm walking past them. I'm not even trying to dance with the girl, right? I'm walking past him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And while I'm walking past him, the girl, she walks up to me and she's like, ooh, you're cute. And so I started talking to her, right? So I'm talking to her for maybe about 17 seconds. And the dude she was dancing with, this big dude, he walks up and he's like, man, he walks up to me like all aggressively and stuff. And I'm like, oh, snap. You know, like I thought he was maybe gonna like try to like, you know, uppercut me or something. I'd step back. And the homie, he's like, you know what? You could dance with her, man. Go ahead, get a dance with her, bro. But just one dance. And I'm like, and I'm still rearing back, right? I'm leaning back, but because I'm leaning back, apparently it's looking good. The getting's looking good to the female, because when you always look more attractive leaning back than you do leaning forward when you're talking to girls in the club, you know what I'm saying? So most of the time. So I'm leaning back, like, you know, because I'm theatrical, you feel me? And the girl, while I'm leaning back, she starts bootying me down, like busting it open. She starts scrubbing the ground. If my middle of me was the ground, she starts scrubbing me, right? And so we dancing. So she dancing on me, and we danced for maybe about 45 seconds. And then the dude is standing back. And he's just watching, right? He's just like, you know, he's acting like it's cool, right? And then like 45 seconds in, he walks up and he snatches her from me and he gets in my face. Hey man, I said one dance. And I was like, yo, I like, and then the girl starts dancing on him. I'm just like, yo, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And she starts dancing on him, and then he's just still looking at me, mugging me like, yeah. Ooh, I'm just like, you know what? My bad. I didn't know I did anything. I didn't know. Okay. So I keep walking through the club, right? Keep walking, keep moving on, right? Something about Club Red, bro. It was ratchet, but it was good ratchet. You know what I'm saying? They had really good ambiance in there. Really, really good music. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat are not available, bros. You know what I'm saying? Hope you had a productive day, Brody. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Oh, bro, this is, I'm actually a hologram. This is not live. I'm a hologram, like a Chief Keef concert. You know what I'm saying? We're 75 push-ups in, and we about to get, let's do the last couple of these mugs. So, anyway, what had happened was, I'm dancing with so I keep walking through the crowd, right? And as I'm walking through the crowd, yo, bro, hey, that's what's up. When you releasing your next BHD story time? Been looking to hear more stories about smoke. So, been looking to hear more stories about smoke, bro. I got you. I got the medicine. You feel me? All right, so this next story is, you know what I mean, goes out to not available. Shout out to you, homie. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to not available. All right, so peep game. Okay, so one day I was going over my homeboy's Hector's house, right? My homeboy Hector, he was the Mexican homie. Type of one in the chat if you guys remember the first not Need for Speed, the first Fast and Furious movie. Or was it the second? It was the second Fast and Furious movie with Hector in it. Type of two in the chat if you've never seen a Fast and Furious movie. I say that because this guy my homeboy Hector looks just like Hector from Need for Speed. Like, I shit you not, bro. He always wore sunglasses. You know what I'm saying? Yo, W's in the chat, they're not available. Hell yeah, man. Yo, W's in the chat, man. Hell yeah, hell yeah. Yo, all right, so peep game. So, my homeboy Hector looked just like Hector from Fast and Furious, right? Same demeanor. I'm talking same goatee. I'm talking same hairdo, everything. He wore glasses. He was a cholo type of Mexican dude, right? Now, Hector was my Mexican homie. You feel me? And the reason why he was my Mexican homie was because He played Twisted Metal on PlayStation 2, right? Every day after school, I was in high school, by the way, John Marshall. Every day after school, I would head over to Hector's crib in order to play my daily dose of Twisted Metal. Now, type a 1 in the chat if you ever played any of the Twisted Metal games. Huh? Sweet Tooth. You know what I'm saying? Type a 2 in the chat if you haven't played any of the Twisted Metal games. Because, you know, it's about cars and explosions and special effects. And then later on in the series, Sweet Tooth turns into a giant ice cream truck mechanical mech suit and starts shooting missiles and whatnot. So, with that being said, I'm on my way over Hector's house. I'm walking with Hector. We're walking home from school. I'm on my way to play Twisted Metal. And I'm happy. I'm ecstatic. I'm so freaking friendly at the moment because I was going to play my favorite game at the time, which was Twisted Metal 2 or 3, definitely one of them. I'm with my homeboy, you know what I mean, Cholo Hector from, you know what I mean, freaking Fast and Furious. He's good for conversation. I think we might even had a girl with us. So we were cracking jokes, having a great time, right? We get 3 houses down from Hector's house and we see someone getting arrested, right? Someone's getting arrested and, you know, the police are talking to him while they're arresting him. We're like, yeah, we got you, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, you know, man, you thought we'd never get you, but we got you. So I'm talking with Hector. I'm feeling extremely jovial at the moment. And, you know, so I'm cracking all the jokes. I'm extremely lively at the moment. And I see the guy getting arrested and I'm looking at it. And Hector says, yo, what's going on, man? That guy's getting arrested. Yo, that's wild. Yo, W's in the chat to American First. Yo, American First just super chatted 2 straight through the channel, yo. Yo. Well, I'm already I appreciate you, man. Yo, American First. Yo, that's what's up. That when we do 10 more push-ups, you're gonna send $100 more bucks, man. Hey, yo, you got good energy, man. You about 2/3 of the way there, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you guys got good energy. All right, so peep game. You know what I'm saying? Cholo Hector, you know what I mean? He starts like telling me, he's like, yo, I know that dude getting arrested. Like that's one of the homies. And I'm like, oh snap. So then when he says that, I immediately start looking more at the dude who's getting arrested. And I'm seeing that he's getting roughed up by the cops. Like they're obviously whooping him up a little bit. So I'm trying to motivate him, I want to make him feel better. So I'm just like, yo, bro, hey. And I'm like I said, I remembered who it was. It was Smoke, right? The huge bully from the freaking Thomas Jefferson, the one who's beating up a whole lot of freaking teachers in front of us. And he had the whole school on lock. So I'm seeing this Smoke. I recognize him. I yell out, hey, Smoke, you got it, man. You gonna be good, bro. You gotta stay up, bro. And Smoke, like, he looks up. I'm expecting a smile or something good from him because I've just uplifted him while he was being, you know, like arrested or whatever. And he looks at me and he looks up. He takes his face off the hood of the police car because they had him down. You know, they had him cuffed and they had their elbows in his back, you know. So he looks up and he's like, yo, that's not my name, bruh. And when he said that, I was confused. I was like, I look at Hector. I'm like, heck, that's definitely Smoke that's Smoke, right? From Thomas Jefferson. He be beating us up. That's Smoke. Sell drugs and his mama sell drugs and do hair out the same house. That's definitely Smoke. His entire front lawn is nothing but weights because, you know, that's all he do is lift weights and beat people up and sell stuff. So, and sell substances to people. And I'm like, and I look over at the homie Hector, and Hector look at me, and Hector gave me a look that let me know that somehow I had messed this up. I didn't know how, but I had messed this up. And I looked over at Smoke, and I'm like, hey, you good, bro? And as I'm saying that, the cops, they look over at me, and one of the cops, because there was 2 cops on him, you know, One of them was taking notes or whatever, and the other one had his billy club out and his other forearm into Smoke's back. And he looks up with his billy club. He still keeps his forearm on Smoke's back. And he reaches at me with the billy club. He's like, hey, man, thanks, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because apparently what had happened was Smoke hadn't given up his identity. They didn't know who he was. When I was inspirational to Smoke, I had inadvertently snitched, unfortunately. Yo, Lindsay Noel, thank you for the super chat. Yo, thanks for the $1 in super chat. Hey, what's up? So me having snitched inadvertently, so Smoke, he starts yelling at me, yo, I'm gonna get you, cuz. Yo, I see you, I'm gonna get you, bruh. And I'm just like, yo, I look at Hector. Hector's already gone. I look at where Hector was at. Hector's not there anymore. The only thing left was like a big tree trunk of wood, like in Naruto, like in the small puff of smoke. This nigga was gone. Hector was quick. Hector was heavy set, but he was fast. You know what I'm saying? So Hector, he's out of there, man. You know what I'm saying? So when I see Hector run, Hector bolts for his house. So I run with Hector because, when your homies run in the hood, you run too. You don't know why. But and you only ask what y'all running from when y'all stop running. You know what I'm saying? Type of one in the chat. When you in the hood with the homies and your homie starts to run, you don't ask questions, you run with him. You know what I'm saying? That's just real. That's hood philosophy right there. 101 or 102. Young Jeezy talks about it on Thug Motivation 101 and 2. So, I ran with the homie, you know what I'm saying? And when we get into his house, he tell me what I did wrong. And he was like, yo, you just snitched on Smoke, man. You didn't mean to snitch, but you snitched. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, guys. Give me a second. I got to go. Dang it. Got to go get the homies. I'll be right back, y'all. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, yeah. So I'm streaming over here, so I'll be telling stories and stuff, as I enjoy it.
We're gonna learn all about you.
Funny
guy.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. What's up? Alright, so we are back. Yeah. Alright, so we're putting in the new computer part. You know what I'm saying? Yo, so if all goes well, I should be back gaming within like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. Bruh. What's up? What's up, Dark Sage? Yo, what's up, bud? Yeah. Yo, what's up? Hi, lovely. That's what's up. Yo, what's up, Scrolling? Yo, all right, y'all. So, I'm going to jump on a little bit later on to finish up the rest of my push-ups and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm going to work on the rest. I'll finish the rest of this story before I go, though. Okay. So, let's see. I'll stay for like another 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Tell you guys the rest of the story. All right, so, hold up. All right, so what ended up happening was, after I accidentally snitched on Smoke, you know what I'm saying, and we had accidentally told by being nice and being like, hey, man, stay up, even though you're getting arrested, you know what I'm saying, by doing that, even though, we were being uplifting and good, we said his name in front of the cops, which means they were going to probably, yo, one last thing. You got any more stories on Chris? that one guy from your story times. After you're done, yo, I got you, bros. Yo, just for you not available, I got you, Brody. W's in the chat, they're not available. He just super chatted 10 straight through the channel, man. W's in the chat, yo. So we gonna compact both these stories in the next 15 minutes. So after that, I ducked Smoke. Every time I saw him, I ran because I figured, everyone was telling me he was gonna beat me up. He was gonna chase me down and, kick the teeth out of my mouth by, stepping on my neck, It's a regular hood thing. Step on someone's neck, you kick the teeth out of their mouth. So I didn't want that to happen. Obviously, I love my teeth, I love my face, love my neck. You know what I'm saying? So I started running like whenever I saw Smoke because people were telling me that he was coming after me. Now I have some more stories about Smoke that I didn't know that I had because I lived in their same neighborhood and I knew their crew. Smoke ran with Rondrell. He ran with like two other dudes. One of them was a boxer, but they all did violent type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So they all went to jail a whole lot. Rondrell ended up doing like 27 years for burglary. Good Lord. Crime literally doesn't pay. Unless years is a currency that you don't want to make a lot of years in jail. So with that being said, let's see. So the last time I saw Smoke, because I've been ducking him for 4 months, I'm at the bus stop and I'm waiting to catch my bus, and out of nowhere I see Smoke. Like he pops up on me and he's like crying and looking sad, and he's telling me, hey man, I just want to tell you, bro, I really miss hanging out with you, and we should hang out, bro. I'm just, hey, take my number, bro. We should kick it. And I thought it was a setup. I never told y'all this. I thought he was setting me up for the flu flam, for the get shot, to get bullet holes put in me, dolphin blowholes put in me. I'm allergic to bullet wounds. So I'm thinking that homie is trying to set me up for the flu flam to get me jumped or beat because, last time I saw him, I snitched on him. Everybody told me he's looking for me. So, I'm not thinking that he's wanting to be my actual friend. So I ended up running, when I saw him and he came towards me looking sad, like he wanted to be my friend, I ran. And the reason why I ran is the same reason that I should have ran. The same reason why I ran when that dude flashed that big wad of cash at me when I was like 13. And then he tried to get me to come over to his car. I get closer to his car and I can see that he has a loaded pistol on his side that he had just hit a chick with not too long before that. But that's a different story. Luckily enough, the chick wasn't super, I hope she wasn't really damaged. So Chris, mind you. Now, Chris was the dude that beat Smoke up. And Smoke was literally bigger than everyone, except for his bigger brother, who was younger than him for some reason. His brother played football semi-professionally, more than likely got drafted to the NFL. So, he was good peoples. You guys can sit in your seats if you guys would like.
Hey, Brownie, want to have a seat?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Yeah, no problem, bros. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, the homie, he ends up, so Chris, like I said, Chris was skinny, way skinnier than everyone. Chris was as skinny as Rondrell. And Rondrell looked like Chris, he was built like Chris Evans from the Captain America movies, but before he took the super soldier serum. That's exactly what Rondrell was built like. But he was ratchet, he did a lot of violence and crimes and stuff, which no one should ever, she shouldn't, different strokes for different folks. But so anyway, with that being said, Chris was tall. Chris was like 6'4", right? So he was taller than Smoke, because Smoke was about 6'1", probably 6 feet, but he was big, he's stocky, and he ran everything in the school. He treated it like it was his own personal prison. With that being said, Chris had beat up Smoke, he beat up Smoke, Rondrell, and his older brother, one by one. And it was a feat. It was virality before the internet existed. Well, the internet existed, but before YouTube existed, it was virality. Just no one really had their flip phones, because, this was millions of years ago. This was like 2003 BC, because if BC stood for before COVID. So right now we're in 2025 AC, after COVID. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Let's see, the homie. Yeah. So I did see Chris fight one more time before this. Chris beat up this dude was like trying to get at his female, right? And the dude was being real mean about it, right? Because Chris always kept the baddest females, the baddest Puerto Rican females, yo. But everyone knew that they were off limits because they were Chris's girlfriends, you know? So one day, you know what I'm saying, it's literally like 6:30 in the morning. School starts at 7:30. Everyone was walking to McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it was on the way to John Marshall High School. We're on our way to John Marshall, and Chris is like, Chris confronts the dude that is like talking really, really disrespectfully to his girls. You know what I'm saying? Like, a little bit of politeness goes a long way when you're talking to females, to a point, though, you know what I mean? To an extent. So with that being said, you know, the little homie, we're gonna say his name was Ray. Ray's trying to holler at the females. These are two in shape, little thotty looking Puerto Rican females, you know what I'm saying? Long hair, obviously weave. They're not wearing any bra, but they're wearing like spandex and stuff. Y'all know the type. Their shorts say, you know, freaking booty on it, or whatever the chicks be wearing. So I'm freaking, I'm peeping this because I'm standing right next to him when he's trying to holler at the chicks. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling him to stop. I literally was telling him, yo, bro, you should not talk to these girls. They're Chris's girls. And he's like, man, get off me, man. He was a white dude, but he was brave for a white guy in the hood. I don't know why. He was very brave. So he was like, get up off me, man. I'm talking to these girls, bro. It's going down. So I back away from him because I ain't want none of this. You know what I'm saying? I've seen what Chris did to people. And I saw him beat up two guys at once in the hallway in front of everybody. It was scary because the guys were pretty good fighters. He beat them both up at the same time. It was great. So with that being said, you know, the dude, he's talking to the two girls. He's trying to get at him. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the girls are telling him to leave him alone because they're rejecting him, which is nearly every female's, you know, pretty much every female's natural, their, you know, self-defense mechanism is to, you know, try to reject a dude. That's just the way it works, right? So with that being said, you know what I'm saying, he's like, he's taking their insults. Now, you're not supposed to insult females when they insult you first. That's not how that works. If the chick is a chick that you would have no problem breaking up with, you shouldn't insult her. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it works, because it's just going to end in Jonathan Majors versus that Caucasian chick that was beating him and chasing him down. So with that being said, he's insulting the females. So he insults the females too so much that they call Chris. And when I tell you Chris came out of nowhere, like I did not see him show up. It's like he teleported, like in Dragon Ball Z, instant transmission. He literally popped up out of the corner, and when I did see him, I saw his fist first, because he was punching the Ray right in the side of his face. You know what I'm saying? Bah! And when Chris shows up, he's wearing a sweater, right? You know what I'm saying? And the first thing Chris does after punching him in the mouth is he takes off his sweater. It's like he's doing his intro to WWE out this mug. He's like, yo, man, you know what I mean? You know who I am? Like, you gonna try to, talk crazy? What's that stuff you was saying, bro? Because, the girls, they're real ratchet, so they're yelling over, most definitely. Yo, shout out to the Mod Squad, man. Appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? All right, so with that being said, he hits Ray in the side of the face, you know what I'm saying? And when he hits Ray, Ray spins and falls on the ground, landing on his back. You know what I'm saying? So Chris, when he takes off his shirt, he starts walking Ray down real slow and like pressing him. And mind you, everyone is outside. Everyone is watching this happen. They didn't crowd in because it was a very dangerous situation. And we were all still migrating to the front of the school double doors to get inside and enjoy the free cinnamon toast sticks that they usually gave us with the syrup that was good, and the high school syrup in the cafeteria. It was delicious. You know what I'm saying? Great stuff. We were clamoring to get to it. But we were still watching this fight. Like, everybody was walking while they're watching this fight. And Chris is beating the dude, like, in the right direction of the school. So Chris is beating the dude in the direction of the school. And the dude is, like, falling back. He gets hit. He falls back on his back. He gets up, talks some more smack. Then he gets beat up again. Then gets up. The third time he gets up, he pulls a knife, right? He pulls a knife. Chris is like, for some reason, he didn't care. And I can't tell you why he didn't care, because I would have cared. You know what I'm saying? Chris still walks him down. Homie takes a swipe at him. Chris smacks his forearm back, punches him in the face again. The Ray falls back again. And I'm just watching, we're watching this, and we're like, nigga, yo, this is some superheroes type of shit. This is some Superman this is Superman level ass whooping. This is Superman versus Batman when Batman wasn't able to cleverly shoot Superman with the green gas to, you know, turn him human momentarily, like in the Superman versus Batman movie. So, you know what I'm saying? Chris is whooping, he's whooping Ray's ass, and it's bad. Everybody's laughing. They all bigging Chris up, so Chris is getting so hyped, he's not backing down because of the knife. There's too many people in Chris's eyes. He's not going anywhere. He keeps walking the dude down. The dude takes another swipe. Chris smacks his arm away, punches him in his face. For this, all I can tell you is, for this 17 minutes seeing Ray get his ass whooped, I was not Ray's friend. You know what I'm saying? I did not have Ray's back. I couldn't fight a dude with a knife at the time. I don't know. So, with that being said, this time when Ray gets punched in the mouth, he falls, he gets up. And now, it's turned into a real fight circle. Everyone's encroached now. They're all compact in, but the middle is open. You know what I'm saying? Like like something that's happened, you know, like something that has happened before. And so with that being said, you know what I mean, they're all encroached. It's a big circle in the middle, right? Everyone's cleared out. Ray, he backs up and he sees that, you know, he's boxed in, right? He's got his knife and his face is bloodied up and he's just like, you know what I mean? He's got his arms up like he's scared, like, please don't hurt me, but he's got his knife. And there's no help for him. He was just he was going to take that ass whooping. So he's got his knife. And Chris is walking up on him like, nah, bro, like, you know what I'm saying? There's nowhere you could go. So the dude, Ray, turns around and turns his knife on the crowd, to which case the crowd splits. Like, you know, Moses parted the Red Sea or someone parted something, I don't, you know. So, you know, like in Tokyo Drift, when they're doing that drift around the curve and the crowd of people is open up after drifting, that's how the crowd opened up in front of the school, right? It opened up because everyone was running for their lives because, you know, Ray had his knife out, including me. I was watching it. I was running towards I was watching it. I was keeping back though. So Ray, he turns and he makes a beeline. He runs, right? He ran about 2 full blocks. And Chris chased him the entire freaking time. Chris chases him down the freaking blocks, you know, and Ray, feeling the impending doom because he was starting to run out of breath at this point. I say this because the girls were trying to help him at this point.
Did you happen to have like nail clippers or scissors?
Maybe scissors. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Nail clippers.
Gotta undo these zip ties.
Understandable. All right, let's see. Nail. Oh. Damn. I don't have any nail clippers on me. I have tweezers, but I don't have any nail clippers. I don't know if that'll work. Let me see. What we got? Let's see.
It's these back here. I gotta cut these off. So
You want me to get a knife? I can get a knife.
Or if you got kitchen shears?
Kitchen shears? I'll see what's up. Dang, kitchen shears. I'll be right back, chat.
Hey, Ron, you don't have nail clippers on you, do you? You don't have
We
it
need
on
to
your-
talk to that guy, dude.
Will this work? Kinda?
Let me see.
Yeah. Let me know if it doesn't work. Yeah. So, with that being said, crowd opens up, you know what I'm saying? Ray runs 2 full blocks. He gets to the front of McDonald's, but when he's running on his way there and he's like, you know, out of breath and whatnot, you know, freaking the girls that he pissed off that called Chris, they run up to him and they're like, yo, just run. He's not gonna stop. You better run. You don't want to see if he catches you. They're egging it on and stuff. It was terrifying to Ray. You know what I'm saying? Poor Ray. Poor Ray. So Ray, he running. You know what I'm saying? And I even go tell him, look, Ray, run. Get out there. I probably didn't help this situation at all. I ran up alongside him because he's running for his life. He's put the knife back at this point. He's running for his life. And I run up alongside Ray. Like one of them cameramen in the NFL that has to like chase down the NFL star while he's running the touchdown, right? I run up on the side of him and I'm just like, yo, hey, bro, run. Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? I've seen him beat people before. You don't want that. So just run, bro. Get out of here. So I'm not helping, bro. I'm keeping pace with him, and I'm telling him to run, right? He runs out of breath, so he stops at the McDonald's. He runs into the McDonald's, and when he gets inside the McDonald's, he closes the door, and he tries to like hold it closed with his body weight. And then the 2 little girls, the 2 chicks that called Chris on Ray, they smash him, they hold open the door, they pull it open, they run in there, yo, what are you doing? Like, get out there. So then he stays in there. The Ray holds himself hostage inside of this McDonald's. He's trying to barricade the doors. I say this because I went in there with him. Right? It's just because since I knew Ray, the girls were using me to communicate with Ray through them from Chris, right? So I'm in there. He's barricading the doors. McDonald's employees are calling the police. He's putting the tables. He locked the doors. He put the chains on the doors. I don't know where he found them. He chains all of us inside the McDonald's. And we're just like, so luckily, so Chris is trying to get through the doors, right? He's kicking. He's taking off his wife beater now. It's way worse. Anybody that's ever been in Ohio or been in Puerto Rico knows if a Puerto Rican if they take off their sweater, it's bad. If they take off their wife beater, their last shirt, and they have no shirt now, it's really bad. Like they're not gonna stop until the guy stops breathing. They're gonna fatality the dude from Mortal Kombat. So with that being said, Chris is like kicking in the windows, trying to get into the McDonald's to beat the dude up, and he kicks one of the windows out, right? And he's trying to get in, but like Ray barricaded the doors with all of the tables, so they couldn't get inside, right? So, you know what I mean? The cops finally get there, and the cops arrested Ray. Chris got out of there. He got out of there before the cops got there, so he was able to get away. And I think even when the cops did find him, everyone liked him so much as a person. No one snitched. Even the cops, they saw him going. They saw where he was going, and was just like, he's good peoples. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he only beats up the a-holes or something. You know what I'm saying? So somehow Ray went to jail. He did like 7 days in jail for some reason. I don't know what his charges were. Good Lord, man. Like, I don't know what he did, man. You know what I'm saying? Ray was screwed. Yeah, Ray was over. You know what I'm saying? It was over for Ray. It was up there for Ray, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I never told you guys that story. I like this. It's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? He really barricaded the doors. He's like putting stuff. Some of the employees started trying to take stuff down, and he pulls the knife on one of the employees. who tried to like take the barricade down, which is why they called the police. You know what I'm saying? Makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Yep, 7 days wasn't enough, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, W's in the chat, but not available, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Brody. Stay up. You got great energy, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, yeah, if I missed some of you guys' chats, my bad. You know what I'm saying? That's because I wanted to, you know, get the story up there for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo. But that is hilarious, man. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to all of the Mod Squad, man. You guys are doing good work, man. 1000%, man. Definitely 1000% not available. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to come through. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to join the Discord, yo. You know what I'm saying? I be on that mug like at least once or twice a day. Also, make sure to, you know, jump on the, make sure to, you know, jump on my later streams when I be streaming video games and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all will see me come through. For real, for real. Bro, 2013, bro. That's awesome that you've been watching me since 2013. That's what's up. That's what's up. Yo, you writing a story on the side. That's what's up, Vanguard Gaming. Yo, W's in the chat. Yo, do a female story. Man. All right, so I got to fix on my computer real quick. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Roy Boy. 5 in Super Chat W's to Roy Boy. Yo, been watching for the last 7 years, man. Yo, keep doing what you doing, Brody. Hey, appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? UNLV story? I have so many UNLV stories. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, so I'm gonna tell you guys the UNLV story in the next 500 push-up challenge. You know what I mean? Like, let's see how many we made it to. We made it to 85. And we was close. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat, man. Not available. Hype up, bruh. Yo, let's get this mug to 100 likes. Understandable. Man, that's what's up. All right, yo, look, I'm going to be back on this mug a little bit later, though. We're going to do another 500 push-up challenge. You know what I'm saying? Come through for day number 3, where we're more than likely going to make it to at least 412, but probably not. How's the computer coming along? Yeah, the computer is coming along well. I'll show you guys real quick before I roll out. Yeah. All right, wow. Yeah. Yeah, it is, we're upgrading this mug. I'm saying it's a work in progress, but we got good people working with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah. So I just bought a brand new computer part on it. We putting a brand new part on the computer. You know what I'm saying? When we got that mug earlier, it was so hot outside that I swear to God, you know what I mean? I walked outside and I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. 5 minutes in, I was like, why did I leave my house? You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Hey, W's in the chat for Jonathan the Gamer, man. Yo. What's up, yo? W's in the chat, they're not available, man. You know what I mean? That's what's up. What graphics card?
3080.
It's supposed to be 109 tomorrow?
Yeah.
Damn. God damn. Shit, we might have to do a video to see how long I could survive the heat. Good Lord. Maybe not as long as I hoped. All right, guys. I'll be back on a little bit later on. You guys stay up. Twizzlers. Boop. What's up, y'all? Hey, what's up, Mr.